Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the brand new 2022 Netflix original show, The Sandman. This is based off of the comic book series, DC comic book series from 96 to something. I think it was a 90s comic. It premiered on Netflix, 10 episodes on Netflix August 5th, and then there was a special bonus episode that just premiered Friday the 19th. I'm recording this on Saturday the 20th. This just came out the 19th, or was it Thursday the 18th? One of those numbers. And it was more like I think it was like fan stories were like actually like put together. So the first third story was CGI of like a cat stream and stuff. And then the second, third, last two thirds, there we go, was another backstory story of Dream, Lord Morpheus, king of the dream realm. And so it was so cool. But episode 6, of course, is the best. It's got like a 9.3 standing on IMDb right now, which is unheard of. Unheard of. What is it called? Flap of Her Wings or something like that. It's Dream hanging out with his sister Death, trying to understand humanity, kind of a thing, but like reminiscing on a friend that he had for centuries, and they would meet in a tavern every 100 years. Incredible. So Lord Morpheus was captured in 1916 by this magus, this wizard, if you will, first name Roderick, in England. And he summoned him thinking he was summoning death to bring his son back from the dead, and he didn't. And he kept Dream locked away in this glass, prison basically in the basement for 100 years. And Corinthian is this nightmare who escaped the dream world, and he's been on a serial killer killing spree for the last 100 years while Dream has been locked up because there's nobody to keep him in check. So it's a matter of, how is Dream going to escape? How is Dream going to get his tools back? His ruby, his helm, mask, and helm is helmet, but whatever. And so, what was the other thing? Oh, and his bag of sand, because he's the Sandman, right? He rules the dreams. So he escapes after things happening, and we're flash forward to 1926 when he escapes, and then there's, no, he doesn't escape in 26, excuse me. He is still trapped in 26, and then the years go by, and then it's 2016, 100 years later, and so he escapes, and all hell breaks loose. And so he gets his stuff back. But what's great about this is that you think the plot of the show is just going to be him finding his items. It's not. That's like the first 3 episodes, and then we have 7 other episodes for the main chunk of the main series, and then the bonus episode of his backstory of being married to the Greek goddess Calliope, who is the 9th youngest sibling of the Muses. Oh my God! Throwing the the Greek mythology into it, having Dream say that this isn't his first universe he's ruled over. Like it was just, there's so much millennia of history that is just drawled upon, and it's just gorgeously put together. What's really fun about it, and I say fun because it's in an ironic sense, a lot of people have issues with the pacing of this show. And what's fun about it is that each episode kind of is its own story in an anthology aspect, because you have the character introduced here, and then they get a whole story arc for like 2/3 of an episode. And then like Dream comes up, and like it's revealed why it's important to Dream's, trying to stop this vortex rose from, destroying mankind and stuff, merging the two worlds together. But there's that episode where he's in hell. Gwendolyn, I can't remember her last name, but she plays Lucifer. Oh my God, insane, gorgeously crafted. I am so impressed with this show. It's very hard for me to be impressed, especially with storytelling, especially with character development, especially with plot points, especially with cinematography. And this has all of the checkboxes marked off as far as I'm concerned. Another thing is, in regards to representation matters. There's gay characters. There's characters of all letters of the alphabet thrown into this show, and it's marvelous to have the character Desire be non-binary, and Morpheus literally refers to them as his sibling. Oh, I almost freaked the freak out. It was incredible seeing that in mainstream media represented in as it is. Dream has siblings: Death, Desire, Despair, Desperation, and I forget the 6th one. Lucienne the Librarian, incredible. Matthew the Raven, incredible. Merv the pumpkin-headed custodian, janitor, handyman handy pumpkin man of the realm. I wanted more of him. I want more of his story. But it was so neat going from Dream World to Real World. It was neat having episode 6 was just iconic. Deserves all the Emmys. I don't know how else to praise this show aside from being tongue-tied and trying to explain how incredible it is. The fact that the main actor, whose name I don't know, and I have no idea what other projects he's been a part of, he doesn't emote. His character of Lord Morpheus, King Ruler of Dreams, doesn't emote. He's very stoic. He'll have like a smirk here and there, or like he'll get angry, but like he doesn't emote. Like muscles and facial stuff doesn't happen. So he's very one, and it's so cool. Rose's character development, trying to find her brother Jed, trying to not merge the worlds together. It was so neat having that as the second part of the story, as opposed to the first part of the story of finding the items in possession of one particular character, John. That whole episode dedicated to him in the diner was super psychological, very interesting. And then episode 6, Dream and Death hanging out and taking lives, and oh my goodness, it was magical. It was wonderful. I'm very curious if there's going to be a second season. Nobody expected there to be a bonus episode that randomly came out, so that was pretty awesome. I love the pacing of it because it's not one singular story. It's multiple stories. It's an anthology story, but it's still Dream's story, and it's cool, and he learns, and he adapts. And he realizes that it's a new world. He's been gone for 100 years. Things change, and he needs to figure out where his place is now in the new change, putting Lucien in charge alongside Matthew. Oh, love it. I need more. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.